Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum, and today in this video I will be looking at all of the creatures released with the Extinction DLC. So, if you folks enjoy this video and find some of the information in here useful, please do not forget to support me by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos here on the channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them, as I will also be covering Fallout 76. And finally, for those interested in hanging out with me, you can always find me on the Sethopia Discord. Links, of course, to this can be found down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment. Now, I do know that this should have probably been one of the first videos that I put out. However, I did not, and so here it is. These are the creatures that we will be looking at. I did cover some of them in some previous videos. However, there is an interesting creature there that I want to have a look at. First things first, let's look at the enforcers. I've got a few high level enforcers spawned and a level 1. We'll be checking out the stats, and these are the base stats for a level 1 enforcer. Now, in order to get one of these guys, you will need to kill them. They will drop a blueprint depending on the level that the enforcer is. You will get a quality for the blueprint, so it can be a ramshackle, it can be anything up to ascendant, I'm guessing. And over here you can see some of the color variations that they can come in. Obviously, the higher level the enforcer is, the more it can do its special abilities, which we will look at in a little bit. So we'll give this guy a go. As you can see, he has quite a nice movement. He can jump. We will also check out the animation for leveling up these creatures. So he can jump. He can do a bit of a dash thing. So something like that. It does use up a sort of energy. It's kind of like element. So you need to put element dust in its inventory to recharge the energy. These are the attacks. So that's left click. And it does also jump, as you can see. Apart from that, it can climb on structures. However, it is dependent on the stamina equivalent, which would be, of course, the element that it uses. So that would be the element dust. Being a higher level, of course, there is the stamina. It does use that up to recharge stamina. So we'll try and dash up on this wall if we can. For some reason it's not working on this guy. I think I broke him or something. Or I'm not quite good at using him. It might also be the fact that I have everything on players only, just because I did not want the wildlife intervening. So let's try removing that. If not, I will go and get a higher level 1 and we'll try it with that. Okay, I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. Alright. I think I broke this one. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing all that. Anyways, let's give this a go. There we go. So he can climb up the walls. And then he drops for no reason. And then refuses to walk up the wall again. Okay, well, at least we saw him go up the wall. Oh dear. Okay. I mean, I guess this guy does need a bit more usage for myself. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong here at the moment, but we will try it out with a higher... There we go. Okay, never mind. Not very compliant, this guy, is he? I mean, this video that I'm recording is at the beginning of the launch of the DLC, so it might still have a few bugs to work out. I will most likely release it at a later date, as I'm going to be focusing on the end tier stuff. So when you kill one, it drops one of those things, and that is of course the blueprint for this guy. That is pretty much how you tame it. You will require a tech replicator to craft it in. So let's try and pick up this blueprint. There we go. And let's have a look at it. This is what you will need for it. This is the stance it will come with. And as I said, you can craft it in the tech replicator. So you do need access to tech. Or at least the tech replicator anyways. That is the exact same thing for the mech. Let's kill this guy and have a look at him. Now, picking up this package is a bit annoying. There we go, let's have a look. We'll kill this guy as well and see what we get from him. And actually, like that. There we go, that should suffice. No, he didn't want to die. No, still didn't want to die. Maybe like this. Please die. Come on, seriously? Alright, I'm gonna try doing this because I want to use the last one to see what it can do. We're gonna compare a low level one to a high level one. So we'll pick up this package right here if we can. Come on. Oh, this is well derpy. Anyways, we got the idea of it. So let's try this guy out. Gonna re-enable players only so we can go how with this guy, kind of clean up the mess around here. So as you can see, you can do that blink multiple times. I'm gonna call it a blink because I don't know what it's called. I have not looked at what it's called. So here are the stats for this guy. Obviously a level 150. I spawned him in. And as you can see, the blueprints for the enforcers are of different qualities. It is quite random. This does also bring me to a couple of other changes in this particular DLC. Element now stacks up to 100. And the tech items, of course, all have various qualities. So we'll enable that. Okay, I kind of forgot. Let's go and grab this guy. This is a Wyvern. It is not tameable. However, it is a new creature and I wanted to show it. It is a Forest Wyvern and this guy comes when you summon the Titan. So that would be the Forest Titan. I have put on him God mode and infinite stance and I'll show you why in a bit. But I do want to show this guy off because he looks absolutely amazing. He is quite agile and nimble as well. And a fraction of the natural Wyvern. Now, in one of my series, I was aiming to get mutations. And I think I've already decided on the color mutations that I will be going for. Because I think these colors can be obtained through my modded server. And so I am certainly going to try my best to get a mutated Wyvern with this color combination. It looks really, really nice. Now, as I said before, I'm just showing its abilities, not that you can tame it, and I will remove the admin commands on it in a bit to show you guys what happens if you do force tame it. It will not survive. Or at least without the admin commands. So as you can see, when I do dismount him, he just does his own thing. Let's try and catch this guy again. So as you can see, he does not have wandering enabled, but he still does it. So that's because, as I said before, you cannot tame this guy. So let's remove the command, and as you can see, he's already taken damage whilst he's been tamed. So this is quite interesting. Uh-oh. I killed something. Not sure what I killed. Oh. I killed one of my... Oh dear. Wow, he's got such a range on that fire. Oh dear. So I've removed God, but he still has infinite stats on. So he does regenerate, just to let you guys know, due to the admin command. So let's go and try cleaning. Okay, so he does not bite. He just spits fire and there he goes. I did not dismount him. He just did that himself and I kind of killed half of the creatures I wanted to show. Oh, well. Right, I'm going to have to clear this mess up. I've made quite a mess here. Oh dear. He does do a lot of damage though, if I'm honest. And they do come at quite a high level, so do bear that in mind when you are fighting the Titan boss. Alright, I've spawned in all my creatures. Let's give this guy another go before we go to the next creature. Quickly clean up the mess that we made. So as you can see, he can actually climb quite well. I think the previous one was slightly broken. It's definitely a creature worth having if you can get it. Obviously, you will need the tech replicator. So let's try the blinking thing. Ooh, that's quite a distance he goes. Alright, that's pretty nice. Alright, next creature we're going to look at is the Gacha. Let's re-enable the world so that it works as normal. I've not noticed anything bad, so just had another look at his stats and how he regenerates. He does like the element dust. So that is what this guy likes. Next creature, of course, will be the Gacha, which is right behind me. And here he is. This is one of the creatures that that naughty Wyvern killed. He does look pretty nice. He looks like a combination of a sloth with something else. And his saddle is right underneath his neck. That's where you ride him. Supposedly you feed him the stuff that you don't want, then he grows crystals on his back, drops them, and in that crystal you will get some sort of loot, apparently dependent on what you feed him. These are the stats for a level 1 Gacha. And as I said before, this creature does require a saddle, so let's give this guy a go. So he does not harvest anything. This is a dead wyvern which you will not harvest. That's him running right now. Not particularly fast. Apart from feeding this guy, I don't really see very many purposes. I do like the way he looks though. Question is, how much damage does he do? And what other uses will he have? And that's pretty much all he does in terms of attacks. Oh yeah, he did harvest something. It just didn't show the fact that he was harvesting. Oh well. So this is his walking speed, but not particularly fast. I wouldn't try getting away. I do like the fact that the saddle is underneath his neck. Alright, I'm going to put this guy back here. Okay. Next one is this creature. This is the Gasbag. So let's have a look at him. He looks pretty nice. It looks quite cute. I do like it. And it does have a saddle. The saddle is on its back, and that is for a passenger. So try and get in as a passenger. And so this is what you'll see. You can't really turn all the way around, so you don't really have a 360-degree sort of radius. You can just look in front, which is not really helpful. But I suppose if you're just a passenger, it'll have to do. He does have a decent carry weight, and you will see in a bit. So left click is a bite. Right click sucks in air. Space, you get to fly. I'm gonna need a bit of work on maneuvering this guy. And when he falls, he takes damage, which kind of makes no sense. But I would have thought, oh yeah, he does jump. Look at that. Sweet. He can jump. That's good. Let's give this guy another go. I like the way he expands. And C blows out air and pushes creatures away. Okay, so he does have another icon that shows you how much air he has sucked in. And oh, not enough stamina. Okay, so he does also use stamina to blow creatures away. On the bright side, the stamina does recharge quite quickly. So as you can see, he has a lot of carry weight. That's good. Finally, a creature with decent carry weight. So I would probably tame one of these creatures just for the carry weight that it has. In terms of flying this guy around, he's not that user-friendly, if you ask me. I mean, I'm sure there are ways and mechanics of getting this guy to fly around and be good at it. But, yeah. At the moment, I'm just good at making this guy fly in a line. Okay, I can get him to maneuver, and that's gonna hurt. Ow. I'm not sure if it's supposed to take damage, but that's not really nice if it takes damage. I'm guessing this isn't supposed to be a thing. I mean, if you fall down to the ground from this height, you will most likely kill this creature. Ooh, that was close. Okay, so the next creature is the Managarmr. Probably butchered the name. So let's have a look at this guy. I'm just going to get my ability to fly on. I do like the design of this creature. I like the head. I like the body. Overall, ooh, look at the colors. It changes. Nice. So we've got some techie sort of deal going on with its tail, abdomen, and rear legs. Okay, so let's have a look at his stats. These are the stats for a level 1. It does require a saddle to ride it. Alright. I mean, overall, he looks like a good, usable creature, so left click. So let's see what else you can do. Oh, I like it. So that's left click. Got 2 attacks. Right click. Oh. Oh. Oh, right. He's shaking his head. I'm guessing I'm out of stamina. Yeah, that's what it is. So when he runs out of stamina, he does do a head shake animation, which is totally nice. I love that detail. And I think for the purposes of this video, I'm going to have to give this guy infinite stats. He does jump quite nicely, but we can't really do much because we ran out of stamina. So I want to see what this guy can actually do. Ooh. I like this. Oh, this is nice. This beats the Wyvern. Oh, check out the speed on this guy. I think this is going to be my favorite way of getting around now. Don't get me wrong, I still love the Wyverns. They are amazing. But in terms of getting from point A to point B really fast, this guy kind of beats the Wyvern now. And he looks cool. He does it while looking cool. That's quite important. You have to look cool in the game. I love it. Wow. Alright. definitely gonna have a load of these. Hopefully they can be bred. I will be breeding these guys like mad. Now, I'm also hoping that they lay eggs, because I do not like breeding the mammals. So you can aim with the frost breath whilst in air. That's good. This is gonna change combat in air like nothing else. This is gonna be so different. You've got pretty good aim on the frost breath. I'm guessing the frost breath does not do that much damage, but even so, this guy's fun as all hell. I love it. Wow, this guy's cool. I definitely want a lot of these guys. Gonna put this guy here, and we will go to the next one. Actually, I'm gonna leave him here because he's special. I like him. Next one is the mech. Now, to get the mech, you will have to learn it as an engram, and you will need the tech replicator to craft it in. You'll then obviously put it on your hotbar, then press the key associated with the mech armor, and these are the stats for a level 1. But when you do craft a mech, it does come at level 51. It does also have attachments that you can add to it, but that is for a separate video. So right click is this gun. One right click fires off 3 bullets, and as you can see, it goes through tech element like nothing else. It does also hover, which is pretty nice, but you have to watch the heat, as it will overheat, and I do like the animation on the legs as it overheats. And this is the left click. Alright, so once you have overheated the mech armor, it will not want to hover, and that's pretty much it for that. I do like the design for the mech. It looks pretty cool, and it's nice to have something like this in the game that is from the official developers and not a mod. Okay, well, that is it for this guy. I will then carry on. Now, I did include this guy because I guess whilst he's not a creature, it is to some extent a creature. I guess it figures. I would call it a creature. It's more of a thing that you can craft, but it's still nice to show, basically. Ooh, there's a audio sound there for when you overheat. I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but yes, there is an audio sound, so you can actually use your sword whilst hovering. That's good. It doesn't hover for very long, which is a bit annoying. They could have made it a bit longer. I'm guessing the higher level it is, the more it will be able to hover for. I'd like to think, well, the higher level. I think it's only level 51. You can't get any higher than that. I want to see the range on the gun. Alright, well, the range isn't all that great, but it is nice to have in the game. Also important to note is the fact that the mech does not gain XP from kills. Next creature is the Snow Owl, and this guy looks amazing. I have an Argent next to him, so you guys can do a size comparison. As you can see, slightly smaller than the owl. Oops, sorry, RG. But this is another creature that I'm going to be breeding like mad. This guy looks cool. I like it. These are the stats for the Snow Owl. And these are the stats for a level 1 Argent. So you guys can compare them. I mean, the Snow Owl looks a bit on the fragile end, but I think this guy is quite useful. We'll go through his abilities in a bit. So this guy turns on a dime, as you can see. I do love how nimble and agile this guy is. He's also got a dive ability, much like the Griffin. And I do like the sounds for it. This is what he looks like when he hovers. I think he's a bit almost like leaning backwards. He does have a grab. He does also have the ability to freeze himself. Ooh. Does that do damage? Alright, let's go and try it out on this guy. Alright, it freezes. Frozen Tapahara. I'm guessing it doesn't do a lot of damage. So that is its left click, which is the attack. Okay. It almost looks like it's healing as well when he does that. It's got the same animation that the Argent has for healing. So I'm guessing maybe that's something to look at. I have not actually played with this creature yet. I do like the drop though. And then C enables night vision or heat vision, which allows you to see things in the dark, which is another ability. Of course, it does use up stamina, so do bear that in mind. But you cannot tell because I'm obviously using cheats. But yes, this would definitely use stamina. I do like that ability. There's a dive. Now, obviously, this does not cancel out the uses of the Argent. Its carry weight is not that good. Plus, the Argent does have the ability to reduce the weight for certain items, and a nifty saddle, which allows you to craft certain things whilst riding the Argent. Plus, the Argent is allowed to carry 3 people or 3 creatures. Well, more like 1 player and 2 creatures, depending on what you want to carry. And finally, we have the Velanosaur. So it does jump. Right, let's have a good look at this guy. Now, everybody likes this guy. I'm not a big fan of him for some reason. I'm going to be honest here. I don't really like the model for it that much. I mean, he's cool in terms of abilities and what he does. I just don't like his face, that's all. Alright, so these are the base stats for a level 1 Velanosaur. And he does have a decent carry weight. So, by pressing C, it goes into turret mode. It does move. And it does also fire. By the looks of it, I do wonder though how much damage it does. By the looks of it, it does seem like a very useful dino, especially if you're killing small things. I don't know how useful it is for big and strong creatures, but you do seem to be able to aim. This is right click, it does that. And from what I know, this also slows down creatures. This is the left click, so it's a claw attack. I kind of like the fact that it's a mobile turret. I just can't seem to hit anything. It's not... its range is not that great by the looks of it. Let's see how close I need to get to actually hit that thing. That Pteranodon. And then the other thing is I want to see how quick it takes to kill it. So, let's have a look at that. As you can see, it has blocked or stopped the Pteranodon from flying away. Alright. Level 2 Pteranodon. So it does decent damage. I do like the quills. That's pretty neat. I mean, in terms of design, I don't really like its face. But that's just it. That's just my personal preference. Alright, so you have to have things pretty darn close. Right, it's fine away. That's it. That was it. Oh, it's coming back. Can we get it? Can we get it? It's landed. Alright. I mean, it's got a good range on it, not anything too big. And I think that's it in terms of what it does. Of course, I will be breeding some Velanosaurs as well in my gameplay. Gotta see the color mutations on this guy. I like the turret mode. I can see this being a useful and enjoyable creature to use. It's just not a personal preference in terms of design. And I'm probably going to get a lot of people saying that they don't agree with me, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's definitely unique, let's call it that. So, with all the creatures being showed off, let's see their level up animations. So, we'll do that. Okay. Interesting. What about you? What do you do? Nothing. You just sit there and look pretty. Actually, I've got another idea. Okay, I didn't quite see that, so I kind of thought that'd be the case. I'm going to try and mountain it, and then I'll go into K mode and give it... Okay, it's not got... Let's give it some ridiculous amount of XP, and then we can play around with the level up animations. Alright, so that's taken effect. And... Ah, I like that. I really do. Alright, I want to see this guy again. There we go. That's a good view. It's an interesting animation, that's all I can say. Okay, let's do this guy. Over here, this guy better have something nice. There we go. K mode. I think that's good enough. And... Ooh! Ooh, I like that. This is a nice level up animation. Gotta do that again. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I really like that level up animation. What about you? What do you do? Okay, hold on a bit. Let's do that. And K, and give you some XP. Ooh, that's quite nice as well. So far, I like the Snow Owl and the Managarmr. Definitely like this animation as well. It's got something cute about it. What about you? Right, let's kind of do that. There we go. And... Oh yeah. Your animation isn't all that bad. You're kind of cute when you do that. Anyways. I've got something special for you guys right behind this. I'm going to be looking at some of the corrupted creatures. Now, I couldn't spawn all of them in for some odd reason, but that's alright. We have used up quite a bit of time. But I did want to show you guys what these creatures look like, and they look pretty gnarly to me. I do like the design of these creatures. They look awful, and they look like they've been burnt. So this is quite an interesting thing. This is the stats on the Arthropleura. We have a Carno here. He looks, or it looks seriously messed up. I'm looking at its arms, which are a bit weird. Yes, I'm looking at its little teeny weeny arms, but yeah, there's one leftover arm there. I mean, these guys are not tameable, so that's not a thing, which is alright. They look too messed up for my taste, but it's nice to see the design of the creature. And I like how Studio Wildcard has reused some of these creatures. That's very nice. And here we have a Trike and a Rex, but not just any Trike and a Rex. We have the Enraged Corrupt Rex, or Enraged Corrupted Rex is probably better said, and the Enraged Triceratops. This is what they look like. I'm going to try and get them into a sunnier location so you can see the colors on them. So this is the Enraged I was going to call it a Trike. It's a freaking Rex. Anyways, yes, this is the Enraged Rex. I'm guessing this will be kind of like the equivalent of an alpha. Clearly larger in size than a normal Rex, and I know that because this Trike is pretty darn huge. He does look amazing. I do like the combination of corruption and element on him. But I'm guessing this guy's going to be nasty to take down. It'll be one of those creatures that you really mind what you're doing with them. And obviously have to be prepared for it. But this is what the Enraged Trike looks like. And as you can see, standing right next to it, this thing is absolutely huge compared to me. Definitely larger than a normal Trike. I can actually go underneath its tail, which is unusual. I have to crouch to go under its belly, but this is a nice addition to the game. Adds a little bit of color and variation. Well, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, remember to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. Also, for those who have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos here on the channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And finally, for those interested in hanging out with me, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, can be found down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.